And welcome to the 10 Steps program. My name is Neil Young and welcome to the team. Welcome to Clean Easy. And I'm going to share some information with you in the next 20 minutes, which will hopefully help you understand that you've made two really fantastic decisions. And the first decision that I would like to congratulate you on is that you've joined the most successful network marketing company in Europe, and that in itself is really good news. But you've also joined an industry. You may not be aware that Clean Easy is a network marketing company, but the industry globally is now $168 billion industry. So it's bigger than the film industry, the gaming industry, and the music industry combined. It's booming all over the globe, and Clean Easy is the most successful company of its type in Europe. So that's a pretty amazing decision that you've made. And just to give you an idea, here's a little quote for you from a certain Mr. Bill Gates, who said that if he was starting out again today, he would join a network marketing business. And he's by no means the only successful entrepreneur to say that. Donald Trump said exactly the same thing, and lots of people around the world have said that, which is really interesting because they can see there's a massive trend developing around the world of people working from home, building their own businesses, creating their own futures, and doing really, really well. So it's interesting that you've joined Clean Easy, who are the most successful network marketing company in Europe. And so that's the first good news. You're now a business owner. You're in business for yourself. But the good news is you'll never be by yourself, because you've also joined the most successful team in Clean Easy during the last 5 years. And the 10 Steps team is an award-winning team. And the system that we created in 2010 has led to multiple awards, excuse me, in the network. And also the three founder members, which is myself, Neil Young, Kevin Ryder, and Abigail Coakley. The system that we wrote in September 2010 has produced massive growth in our business and our incomes. And collectively, we have over 40 years experience of the industry. So when we put the training together, the training system together, we basically put in place something that we knew 100% would work and produce excellent results. And if you were to draw a graph of our business since then, it would look a bit like that. And you're now joining at a time, probably the best time ever, because we now have an online business model as well as the traditional catalog route as well, which means that there's never been a better company, a better time, and a better place than to be in Clean Easy with the 10 Steps team right now in 2015. So here's a heads up for you. Here's some key principles that you can apply to the system. And the first one that you really need to be aware of is that the industry evolved and the business evolved out of a system of franchising. The franchising industry really grew up in the 70s and 80s, and it was really people running businesses. Once they developed a proven system that could be shown to work, they would then sell that business system to other entrepreneurs. So instead of starting up a business from scratch, you were starting with a proven system. But a franchise today would cost you, at the bottom end of the market, £10,000, right up to $500,000 with people like McDonald's and everywhere in between. So the good news is that Clean Easy is one such business. It's a franchise business, but without the associated cost of those franchises. So we have a proven system, a proven business model that can be shown to have worked. We've been in business since 1923. We've traded in profit every single year since 1923, and we have a system already producing fantastic incomes as we speak. The 10 Steps training system is the training system of that franchise. Now, the business is built by copying that system or that formula. And all you have to do really is find out what the successful people do and then copy it. And to assist you with that, we give you a documented system, a manual, which will produce predictable outcomes with absolutely no risk to you at all. And the significance of that is that usually if you're starting a business these days, it involves huge financial risk. Going to the bank manager, borrowing lots of money, doing lots of guesswork about whether it will work or not, and then working really hard to make it work. Well, in the 10-step system in Clean Easy, we know what works. We have a system written down that tells you what it is that works. And we also have a residual income opportunity, which means that you can earn an income even when you're not working eventually. So those are the key points to remember. So first of all we have to do is copy a system that's already in place, no risk to you, and it also always produces very predictable outcomes. In other words, we know what works and what doesn't work. If you do what works, you'll get a predictable result. And the residual income, the key thing is that you can build a business which will pay you an income even when you're not working. And usually the only people that get residual income are people like authors, actors, musicians. But in Clean Easy, if you build a network of people, you can have a royalty income, which means that people are able to develop much more flexible income and much better lifestyle than working in a dead-end job or working even in a conventional business. Now, the fundamentals of that system, first of all, there are certain things we need to put in place to make it work. And the first one is that you need to learn as much as you can about the 10 steps. Sounds obvious, but the level of learning will determine the level of income. Now, the good news is, as I mentioned, it's completely documented. So we have a manual, everything's written down. So we give you a step-by-step guide in written manual to tell you exactly what you need to do. And we also have recorded videos and audio discs of each step that you can use to learn the system. So all of the information that you will ever need to become successful in the business will be presented on a plate to you completely free. We don't even ask you to pay for it. You'll also be given ongoing training from your business coach, your sponsor, who will mentor you through the program and give you guidance as you learn to develop your business. So you get ongoing support at every stage of the process. And then the final thing to bear in mind about this business system is that it's a retail-driven system. And unlike most networks that are out there, Clean Easy is unique because we have 2,500 products, which is amazing. And we can sell those products through social media on the internet. We can sell them by handing out catalogs to people. So we don't really sell at all. The catalog does the selling for us. And we just put pictures on the internet and people look at the pictures and buy the products online. So it's the most simple way of making money you'll ever come across. But also the unique thing is that people are able to make immediate money, immediate profit. So in the first 4 weeks, people can make £300, £400, £500, £600 part-time. If they do it full-time, people make up to £2,500 a month just by retailing product. And what that enables us to do is to then have a profitable income, and then we reinvest a small part of that income to expand the business so that we can pay for things like advertising and promotional activity. But those are the fundamentals of the system. Now, here's a little illustration of what you can do when you're just getting started on a part-time basis and give yourself an income of £1,200 to £1,500 a month part-time by, first of all, retailing product yourself to the value of about £1,000 of orders or more, and lots of people do a lot more than that, and that will pay you an income of £250 upwards a month. And then if you teach just 10 to 15 other people how to do what you've done, so only having a small team of 10 to 15 people, and we will teach you how to find those people on the internet, you can have an income of 1,200 plus per month. Now, you can do that part-time alongside full-time employment. So if you're in a job, good news, stay in the job, let the job pay your bills, and just do this evenings and weekends or around your shifts or around school children, whatever it is you've got going on. You could, but the point is you can do this part-time, working maybe 10 to 15 hours a week. And if you do that, it's fantastic, because can you imagine having an extra 1,000 a month coming in on a part-time basis? Makes a big difference to people's household budgets. So that's how it starts. Now, as you develop, the next stage is if you introduce 10 to 15 people and we teach them to do what we've done, i.e. retail £1,000 of orders in a 4-week period, we then just need to teach 2 of those 15 people to build their own teams. And we call this being a bronze executive distributor. Don't worry about the title. What it means is an income to the distributor of £30,000 a year. So if you're considering this business as a career choice, it's pretty amazing that you can work part-time flexible hours of your choosing and develop an income of £30,000 a year and beyond, but not only an income, a residual or a royalty income, which means that they pay you the 30K before you even get out of bed, whether you get out of bed or not. And what that means to most people, if they've got children, if they've got family, or if they've got things they want to pursue in their life, they can work their business around their life rather than the other way around. So it makes for flexible lifestyle and much better income, much better outlook on life. And you can do that part-time. I did that part-time in 20 months, working evenings and weekends alongside my job. So it is a part-time business model. Some people do it full-time, but you can do it part-time. So there's no risk to you. You've got absolutely everything to gain and nothing to lose. But that's basically the purpose of the 10 steps system, is to help our distributors develop a royalty income, because royalty income produces amazing lifestyle. So what are the 10 steps? How does it all work? What have you actually got to do to earn 30 to 50 grand a year and beyond on a part-time basis? Well, these are the 10 steps. The first step 1 is an introduction to the system, and it can be summarized as learning as much as you can about each of the 10 steps, watching the videos, reading the manual, attending training sessions, and basically becoming a network marketing professional. Step 2 is personal and professional development, which includes reading 10 core books in your first year, ideally, maybe sooner. And that will help you to gain the skills, the knowledge, and the experience of running a home-based business in network marketing. And lots of people join our business and they might have financial challenges, they might have lack of skills, lack of confidence. All of those things can be developed in step 2, but it is the key step because it underpins all of the other steps. And it can be summarized as the more you learn, the more you earn. So we place a lot of emphasis on learning and developing people. So we believe in developing the people that join the business. Step 3 is goal setting and planning. And it's certainly the case that all of the things that you will need to learn to do in the business are easy to do, but they're also easy not to do. And what makes the difference is your levels of self-motivation, your level of self-discipline, your level of self-esteem, and your focus and your commitment to building your future. And to make that happen, you need to have goals in place that are important to you. And then once you've got the goals in place, you need to have a good plan for your future. And we will help you put that plan together. Your business coach or sponsor will help you with the planning. But it really comes down to you deciding what you want from the business and why did you join the business and what do you want from the business. And you need to get those things very clear in your mind so that you get the motivation to do the work on a consistent basis. Step 4 is lead generation and know your numbers. And that can be summarized as very simply that once we've created our profitable business retail model by selling the products ourselves, we then need to promote the idea to other people. And we do that largely through speaking to people we know, through social media, and also advertising the business on the internet. And to promote the business effectively, we teach people to generate at least 50 inquiries a week. And then once we do that, we then teach you how to measure your performance in developing those inquiries. So step 4 is really about developing the number of people that inquire about the business. And we basically do all of that online. It's an automated system. So the good news about that is it doesn't take any time whatsoever. It's an automated process. And again, that's explained in the manual. Step 5 is once we have those things in place, once we have people inquiring about the business, watching videos and looking at information, we then contact those people by telephone. And we have a very simple sorting process, which takes about 3 minutes to find out whether those people are suitable for our business or not. But we never try to convince people to join. We just find the people that are appropriate for our business by asking them a few questions. So we don't sell the business, we don't convince the business, we don't persuade people. We just sort through the 50 inquiries each week to find the ones that we want. So the good news about that is that as long as you can read, it's very easy because we give you a script and you work with your upline, with your sponsor, and you watch your sponsor do it until you're ready to do it yourself. And then you just use the script. So it's as simple as ABC. It's child's play, basically. It's the simplest thing you'll ever come across as a way of increasing your income. Step number 6, once we've spoken to people and found out if they like the idea of having a clean, easy business and they may want more information, we then show them a detailed explanation of how the business works and what they would need to do and how many hours they need to put in. And again, we do that using a script and a website. So all you have to do is to read the script. And again, you can watch your sponsor, your business coach doing that until you're competent at that stage of the process. But we've seen people do it using our scripts with no experience of the business before. And we've seen people do it successfully the very first time they do it. That's how good the scripts and the websites are. So all of the information about showing the business to people has been done for you. All you have to do is copy it. Step number 7. Step number 7 is the follow-up and online registration. So once we've shown people the business, some people might want to join straight away, in which case we just register them online. It only takes about 3 or 4 minutes. If they want to think about it, we leave it with them for 24 hours and then we call them back and ask them if they wish to proceed. If they don't wish to proceed, if they've decided not to go ahead, that's absolutely fine. Because as I said earlier, we don't persuade people to join or sell it to people. We just find the ones that want to do it. If they want to go ahead, then we get them registered and we have a system in place that ensures that they register and they understand exactly what they've got to do before they join. And then we get them making money and trading online the same day they register. So people can now make money in the business in the first hour that they're in the Clean Easy business after they've registered online. So that's step 7, which is online registration and follow-up. Step 8 is once they've actually registered, we do an induction training with them and we give them access to some training videos, and we also do a Skype call, which is a getting to know them session, really a planning session, where we ask our new distributors what their priorities are, what they're really hoping to achieve by being involved in the business, and then we help them make a plan for using their time effectively around their existing commitments. So we do all that on Skype, and then we do an online induction webinar which gives them all the information they need for their first month in the business. So we make sure that all of our new distributors get all the information, all the help and support and the information they need to get their business into profit quickly and to start making really good money in the first couple of weeks. So we have that responsibility, having brought people into the business, to look after them properly and make sure they're doing well straight away. So that's step 8, which is getting started. Step 9 is promotion of events. And one of the crucial areas of the business is we know that if people work in isolation and they don't communicate with their upline and they don't associate with successful people in the business, it's not really effective. So to make sure that all of that happens, we run lots of events in the 10 Steps team. We run 2 training webinars online each week, and we also run monthly workshops and corporate events to help people build their business. And it's certainly the case that all of the successful people are at the events. So attending and promoting events is a vital part of building your business. So the most important thing to do when you join the business is to get along to an event as soon as possible. So find out where your local event is, the nearest event to you is, and go and meet some successful people in the business and get some advice from them and talk to them about their experience and how they found the early days of the business. That's really, really valuable to you because it will give you confidence in the business and in the system. So step 9 is attending and promoting events. Step 10 is coaching, duplication, and leadership. And in the beginning, you don't have to be too concerned about that because all of those things are done for you by your successful upline. And we have systems in place that will enable you just to observe really what happens. And you certainly will need to use the leadership of your upline because they will run all the events for you, all the webinars for you, and they will show you how to duplicate the system and show your new people how to duplicate the system. So you don't really have to do anything except watch. But as time goes by, as your team grows and as you grow, as your income grows, you may well want to get involved and participate in that process more actively, and you can become an effective business coach by reading the books and listening to the discs. And as you become more effective yourself as a leader, your income grows. But that's like a long-term ongoing process of personal development. So step 10 is coaching, duplication, and leadership. And that completes the 10 steps. Now, to give you an idea, just to sort of summarize that section, the key thing to understand is that success is not a matter of luck. It's not a matter of chance. It doesn't matter where you're based in the UK, where you live. All of that, none of that is of any importance whatsoever. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your education was. None of those things are important. The only thing that's important now is why have you joined? What do you want from the business? And are you willing to learn this system? Because if you're willing to learn this system, we can guarantee your success in the business if you're willing to do the work. And we will work with you to make sure that that happens for as long as it takes. So your success is basically guaranteed. The question is, how much do you want? What income do you want? Why do you want to build the business? And are you willing to learn that system and communicate with your sponsor and your upline on a regular basis? If you treat it like a serious business, you can make some serious money in Clean Easy. And the only other thing I would advise you to do at this point is really to, number one, be willing to learn the system, and 2, give it time, because it does take 2 to 5 years to build residual income of 50,000 a year and beyond. but you can make immediate money straight away and get going and just make a start. And who knows where you could be in 3 years from now, 5 years from now with this system, because it's changed my life. It's changed loads of people's lives in the business. And the bottom line is, if you will follow the system, we will help you create an amazing future. And we look forward to meeting you and working with you soon. And we look forward to your being one of our success stories of the future. Thank you very much. Step up.